Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. T.C.B. the Country Boy. I got this link to a guy who sent me something stating Red Pill states that Tupac was not real and was playing a part, like the part of Bishop that he was in the movie. So, Red Pill. Well, I go and do a Google search on Red Pill, and it's some white rapper. So, that obviously is not that guy. So, I look a little further, and there's this dude named Phillip Moreland, who also goes by the name of Red Pill. And he's got a YouTube channel. He's got a GoFundMe page asking for money. He's got like $500 out of $10,000 that he was requesting for food and shelter. Well, on the beginning of this video clip that I'm going to show, the part that I cut out, it basically said that he managed other acts and did this, that, and the other. I thought he was a rapper. He wasn't a rapper. He comes off like he knows Tupac. And I don't think he knows Tupac at all, man. He talks about recording in, talking about inside the studios or the recording studios, talking about who killed Pac or who did this or whatever on this interview. And I don't know, man. Is this guy full of shit or not? Do y'all know this guy? I'm going to go ahead and play you this video. And y'all tell me if this guy's straight up. He's supposedly from Brooklyn, from New York. He's not a rapper. He may have managed some groups. He was on this interview with this guy. And I don't know, man. I don't know at all. But anyway, y'all check this out and tell me what y'all think.
To close it out, my brother, talk to me about what do you, coming from, you talked about the tunnel era. And that makes people think about Jay and Big and NYC, Brooklyn. Tell me what you think about Funk Flex and his recent rants. He was crying on IG Live the other day, talking about Tupac, talking about, we think he's somebody that he's not, and that we're stands if we support him. I mean, damn, man. I mean, who taught? I mean, this is like 20 years after his death. Like, he got some feelings about Pac, man.
That conversation would almost be the antithesis to the conversation that we had about Pac on 2 occasions. The time when we was outside with the snake painting behind me. Yeah, my people's Amar did that. I didn't even know that. One of my designers he was the painter. And another one that we did inside with Meek Mill, and I believe we was talking about Pac. Now, for the record, the story that Funk Flex shared about the people who were involved in the shooting and the fact that, Pac knew that they did it and that was Big's mans in them. I mean, everybody who's in New York, who's somebody, who, you know what I mean? People know this. This was, Flex is telling this to the world because it's one of those things where you gotta, I mean, if you're not in the town or if you're not a part of that, I don't know what to say. You know what I mean? Him saying that, and the way that he said it, because he's trying to stop people from idolizing, and he's saying that he's not real and he's not built for that. How about giving him the accolades that he properly deserves? How about speaking about who he is before speaking about who he's not? You went right into who he's not. Yo, he's not a Superman. He's not a superhero. He's not a legend. But you didn't go into who the Shakurs are. You didn't go into who Tupac Amaru was. You didn't go into who he was, the transformation of what he carried out. You didn't go into what I said before. You people keep equating entertainment because we created what do? We created this world of hip-hop. We created this culture of hip-hop, which is every day with us. But in the rap world, we created imaginary fantasy realm where we could be whoever we wanted to be.
I mean, so you feel it's more so how he said it instead of what he said, or do you feel like the way that it's some hate because this man got he's known globally as like this superhero? Is it the hate? I mean, what was his intentions wrong?
His biggest gripe was the fact that Big died because Pac lied. He lied. He lied. He lied. It was good. They made the challenge on him and everything, right? So, in full Funk Flex fashion, always dramatic. You know what I mean? He's the drama. throughout the decades. That's right. This is not like it's out of Flex character. This may be the most, you know, if people are collecting, you know,
Flex Hogan.
This Flex Hogan on 10. But it's not about how you say it, about what you say. It's about how you say it. And I mean, the timing is so off to me. Look, people don't factor in the fact that there was slander taking place prior to Flex, that he was actually ignited by other slander that was taking place on the West Coast. So then he started up the slander on the East Coast, and then he tried to, and then by even evoking the spirit of Biggie Smalls once again, bringing up, and then the word got back from the brother on the West Coast that people know who put the hit out on Biggie. It came out of Harlem. Like, this is beginning to, you know, this is at the end of a retrograde. All of this miscommunication, because that was a meltdown, that was miscommunication at its finest. That was retrograde at its finest. You dig what I'm saying? These are, remember, it even like it started out as one of those in-studio discussions. So you know what Live has done? You know what I'm saying? Live has exposed those studio discussions niggas just be having. Like, yo, who killed that? You know what I mean? You know what we talk about? The shit that sometimes people talk about in their studio, in their record studio, in their DJ booth studio, in a water cooler. You know, these things are being live streamed now. And what started out as a regular live stream where he was answering some fans' questions and making remarks ballooned into or spilled into what we see as this smear campaign or character assassination against Tupac Shakur's legacy. Because remember, I said all the time, it's all about legacy. And if somebody is not here to defend their legacy, and people are allowed to come along and tear down these people who are not here to defend their legacy, or they're not here to actually answer to the slander that is taking place in their name, then we know, like our ancestors said about the ills of speaking against the dead, we know that nothing good comes out of that. You understand what I'm saying? Because he cannot answer any of these accusations, but now it's time for people who know him to not allow character assassination take place. So clarity in this whole situation, in my humble opinion, is going to be needed, you know. And I'm not co-signing what the brother did by saying that he wanted to expose the fact that he accidentally shot himself, right? And that he knew the people who shot him, right? Because these people, of course, were in the industry, and they were that street element that was in the industry doing street shit. And everybody knew about them. And everybody knew what happened in Quad. That's not a secret. So in this age of social media, now these things get broadcasted around the world to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we witnessed. So, you know, but I just think the slander of the deceased is dishonorable. Like, it's not something that we should show any other people around the world. There's people around the world that love Tupac. There's people around the world who worship, you know what I'm saying, the image of Tupac, the music of Tupac, the legend of Tupac. And, you know, for somebody to try to besmirch that without that person's, why not have his brother come on the show, Mo Preem? Why not have one of the living ancestors? The mother is not even alive. Rest in peace, Afeni Shakur. Why not have somebody who is a part of the estate be there to actually, you know, make sure that what you're saying is factual or not? Well, I like the Outlaws. You know what I'm saying? Right, the Outlaws with them. Shout out to them.
Well, earlier you kept talking about, you know, hip hop being a form of entertainment, comparing it to movies. You know, yes. How authentic? From, you know, you've been in hip hop your whole life. You've been listening to the music your whole life. Been making music damn near your whole life. You know, doing what you do. And you've been in the music industry. You used to manage some of the top artists that's out right now. Help them out. How authentic do you think Tupac was? From your knowledge of hip hop, was that entertainment? Was his message? his revolutionary message, his poetic revolutionary message, who he was, the realest nigga alive that we think he was. How authentic do you think he was? Or do you think that was entertainment like Future, who talks about drugs but then says he doesn't do the drugs that he rap about?
I think that he became the character that Tupac would have to become to be Tupac. You know what I'm saying? I think that he realized that when he did the Juice movie, coupled with the fact that he was being known as a rapper, he went into character, and that character, he actually began to climb those ladders to become that character in real life. He wanted his real life to match the actual character that he was playing on in those. He would remember. People always factor out he was a thespian. He was already into drama. He was already into theater. Anyway, what was he in? Ballet? Huh? He was a dancer. So he was already into the arts. I believe that his journey, and I believe who he strived to become, he became the character that he created in his mind, which was Tupac Amaru Shakur, and he wanted to become his rhymes. He wanted to become his lyrics. He wanted to become the character he played in the movie that was iconic, with the character Bishop being, he went Bishop on fucking on Biggie, as you know what I mean, as is being said. He flipped on his man. You know, it wasn't the other way around. Biggie didn't flip on him like that. You know what I'm saying? He flipped on Big. So he was known by certain other people who probably did not know him personally as that Bishop character. They got it confused. Once again, when you're dealing with fans, once again, when you're dealing with people who they take in your art from all different places. You have fans, or you have people who are listening and watching Tupac now who didn't experience Tupac when Tupac was alive. Like, I know Tupac as if I know any other artist right now. You understand what I'm saying? Because when Tupac was doing Tupac, I was one of those fans and one of those people who kept up, and I watched, and I saw him in the club and all kind of other things. I knew people that was close. All of these things, the same way that many different other artists throughout my life. So, you know, he's from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? Like, his energy is very familiar. His background, the Black Panther background, keep in mind, we're talking about a Blackamoor Messiah. We're identifying somebody who was raised conscious, who was raised awoke, who was raised from a Panther, who was raised from a powerful black goddess, who was raised from a powerful black god with the Shakurs, Mutulu, and Mumia, and all of them. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about somebody who went through the trials and the tribulations of what you know is consciousness in all of its different phases. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he became an ancestor at a very young age. What was it, 27? Did he make that club? The 27 club was 25. I mean, you know, he ascended to immortal. You know what I'm saying? His spirit ascended to an immortal at a very, you know what I'm saying, at a very young age. You know, something that many of our warrior gods, many of the warrior kings, you know what I mean? Tupac Amaru, his namesake, the Incan god, the Incan king, you know, many of them died early deaths at the hands of adversaries, at the hands of haters, at the hands of, you know, their foes and their enemies, those who conspire against them. You know what I'm saying? But he was a legend in the fact that he had a beautiful story, a beautiful struggle. Like I said, he clapped at the popo, did something. He now pushed himself in a place where a lot of people don't qualify to go in. You know what I'm saying? With being a doer, with being somebody who lived out one of his rhymes in real life, lived to still talk about it, and the shit didn't change who he was. It turned him up and made him fall further into character mode. You know what I'm saying? So people is like, yo, he was nice behind closed doors. All of us are. All of us are. You understand? He was human. He had to have a soft side because you couldn't be Tupac all of the time. You can't be Superman all of the time. You got to be Clark Kent. So people identify your Clark Kent.
Okay, and he goes on to talk more about himself being Red Pill and whatever his name was, and he ends it. And then tries to sell some stuff or sell a book or whatever. about being a good person or whatever. Wow. I don't know this guy. I looked him up on Wikipedia. I looked him up on Google. I looked him up. I don't see him managing anybody. I don't know who this guy is. Do y'all know who this guy is? You know, he talked about having, why don't have Tupac's brother on answer for him? Why don't you have Outkast on there? And he said that he didn't think it was right for, what's the guy, Funkmaster Flex or whatever his name is, that radio guy, to say something negative about Tupac like that and go off on him like that without having proper representation of somebody that actually knew. Well, he comes off as saying that he knows. Well, actually, he didn't say that he knows Tupac. He said he knows somebody that maybe, he didn't really explicitly say that. He didn't say, I know somebody that knew him. He said he saw him in the clubs, maybe. He said he might know somebody who knows him, maybe. I don't know, man. I don't believe this guy, because why are you going to say something negative about somebody who disses him, like this radio guy, yet you come on and say that Tupac is playing a part and that he's the one who went bishop on Biggie instead of the other way around? Well, from what I know, he wasn't playing a part, because in 1994, he got his ass beat by the Oakland PD. Physically beat, sued him in a lawsuit and won. And they gave him thousands of dollars to do so. That ain't playing no part. You think he's going to stand up there and get his ass beat by some cops just to play a part? Hell no. There ain't no freaking way. Also, if he was the one that was initiating a beef with Biggie, why in the hell would he show up at his studio to go record with Biggie, and he's the one that got jumped on their front doorstep? Ain't nobody going to do that. It'd be stupid. So, you, my friend, I don't believe you. That's all I got to say, man. So, y'all people that know Tupac a hell of a lot more than me, just off of what I know, of what knowledge you guys gave me, I'm going to put this on the bullshit-o-meter, about a 10.3 on the bullshit-o-meter from this dude right here. So, that's what I got, y'all. Tell me what y'all think. Is this guy full of shit or what? All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Check this out, guys. My boss man said that we could actually give you $1,000. And this is how. All right, y'all, T.C.B. the Country Boy. I want to give y'all a little update real quick. You know, I've been posting some stuff at the end of these things, and I let you guys know that I did real estate. And, man, you guys really came up strong, man. So strong, I got to make some changes, because so many people have sent me information as far as vacant properties in their neighborhood. It's just way too much stuff, man. Dang, I can't even keep up. But so my boss man said, look, here, we got to make a change, but I'm going to make it better. So here's the deal. Anywhere in the United States, if you guys know of somebody who has a property that they want to get rid of, it's got to be a single family, regular house, in a decent, livable neighborhood, and it's basically a decent condition property. It can't have no big old hole in the roof and, you know, water flying in and mold damage everywhere, or a burned out kind of a thing. And it's got to be a decent or almost in decent livable condition. And if we end up buying that house, I tell you what we'll do. We'll give you $1,000 just for giving us the hookup. If we buy it, that's it, man. Simple as that. $1,000 in your pocket, man. Damn, that's it. Anywhere in the continental U.S. So that's the deal, man. I appreciate y'all. Man, we got so many people that sent me over houses, I couldn't even keep up, man. Damn. Be careful what you wish for, because sometimes it will come in the form of a tidal wave. And that's what happened, y'all. So there we go, man. I appreciate y'all so much. Let's keep this bad boy going. All right, y'all. I'm going to give you my email address real quick, which is also on the About page. So if y'all know of any houses, or y'all have family members that have houses, or hell, if you got houses, you can deal with me, man. We'll hook it up, man. All right, so let's get on to this fun stuff. Then we can do some business and some fun at the same time. So there you go, y'all. I appreciate it.